Ladies and gentlemen, your favorite white colonizing Zionist Zionizer, Tall the Traveling Clat, coming to you live from the United States of America. We're taking a look at a clip here by an incredible creator named Adiel Cohen. Let's take a look.
Actually, the indigenous name of Jerusalem is Yerushalayim. Here's an inscription from the 1st century BC that says Yerushalayim. It was only named Al-Quds in the 7th century after the Jewish temple, Bet al-Maqdis. Yeah, no, the Hebrew name for Hebron is Hebron, which comes from the Hebrew root Chaver, which means friend. Which is why in the 7th century it was renamed Al-Khalil in Arabic, which means friend. So, the indigenous name for Jericho in Hebrew is Yericho, which comes from the Hebrew word for scent or moon. We don't know. No, the indigenous name for Nazareth is not Al-Nasra in Arabic, it's Nazaret in Hebrew, which means a fortified city. You cannot call Hebrew names colonizer names in a land where Hebrew is the indigenous language. And before you go ahead and call Hebrew names colonial, your name is Sarah.
I love that shit. I did the same thing with Macklemore. Macklemore's name is Benjamin. I was like, bro, before you start talking about colonialism, your fucking name is Benjamin. You have a Hebrew name, motherfucker. Adiel of Israel, if you don't follow him already, Yemenite Jew, strong advocate for Israel. He's been in this for such a long time. If you don't follow him, like we've done with many other creators I've covered here in the past, follow him, follow his channel, and send him a message of love. Send him a comment. Tell him that Clat sent you. Let's show some of that Clat love as we always do. And I want to get into a little bit of an analysis of this video. If you didn't totally understand what was going on, Adiel was essentially bringing up a video of this Palestinian girl who's saying Arabic names for occupied cities, which is hilarious considering the Arabs literally occupied these cities and changed their names. So Jerusalem, yes, there's inscriptions, ancient inscriptions. Actually, the name Jerusalem derives from the ancient Akkadian Mesopotamian word Ursalim, I believe, is the original name. But this goes back 5,000 years ago. It doesn't even have a direct connection to the Jerusalem of today. But we obviously know that the ancient Israelites, the ancient Judeans, had a lot of crossover culturally. Even before the Babylonian occupation of Jerusalem, there was a lot of crossover between those two cultures. And so a lot of things that came from ancient Mesopotamia were brought to Canaan and to Israel. And so Jerusalem has nothing, Al-Quds has nothing to do with Jerusalem. Al-Quds is literally the name derived for Beit al-Maqdis, which is what the Arabs, when they colonized Palestine, they colonized Israel, and they took over the Beit HaMikdash, the ancient holy temple that Jesus used to pray at. When they renamed it Al-Quds based on Beit al-Maqdis, which literally means Beit HaMikdash, the holy house. They just took it and renamed it. He's going here through Hebron, Al-Halil, which also, again, Hebron is in the Bible. It is the place where Abraham purchases the plot of land legally. It's not in the Quran as Hebron. They changed it to Al-Halil. And he goes through all of this one by one, showing you direct proof. There's one city, and I made a video on it on my channel with Corey Gil-Schuster. If you haven't watched it, I recommend it. One city that is theorized to have been a city that the Arabs actually founded in Israel, and it's known as Ramle. That's the only city that really it is known as. 7th century Umayyad dynasty, they came in and they constructed the city. They made these cool underground water tunnels, but the rest of the cities in Israel, almost all of them have been occupied by the Arabs when they colonized there, took them over, and then renamed them something else. Almost every single one. All the sites that they tell you in this narrative, this pro-Palestine narrative, was the original sites of Palestinian Jesus somehow, that Jesus spoke Arabic, that Abraham spoke Arabic, that Moses spoke Arabic. Jerusalem is not theirs. Nazareth is not theirs. Jericho is not theirs. The Galilee is not there. None of it. None of it at all. Now, does this mean that these people shouldn't be able to live there? Of course not. That's not the ideology. But the ideology is you can't have your ancestors come in and colonize and change shit and change the names of everything and then pretend like that was the authentic name. No, we have to be sticklers for history. We have to be sticklers for the truth. These places are originally Jewish or Israelite. They have nothing to do with Palestinianism or Arabs. Arabs came in way later. I hate this idea of Arab whitewashing and Arab colonization that happens till today. And you see it from your favorite Arab creators online who pretend, they live in this fantasy land where they can just pass this fake reality that Arabs predate and existed before everybody else. It's ridiculous, and I will not stand or sit for it. Ladies and gentlemen, follow Adiel Cohen, Adiel of Israel, online, and we'll see you guys in the next one. I love you a long time. Also, if you want to support the channel, White Colonizer hat. Get it right now in the description down below at thetravelingcloud.com. Goodbye, clads.
If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.